Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cageside. Another MMA news episode. This is your news source for everything and anything MMA related. Thanks for coming back. If you've been subscribed to us for a while now, if you haven't, take this opportunity to please hit that subscribe button. That'll help us grow. Engage with us, comment, let us know what you're thinking. We'll appreciate that. Let's jump right into the episode. Big weekend of fights because our boy is fighting this weekend. And to break that down a little bit is Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up? How's it going?
I'm good, man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this weekend. I mean, I always say I'm pumped, but I am more pumped. I'm super pumped. I don't know if anybody's watching that show on Showtime, but it's good. Anyway, I'm super pumped because Chris Daukaus fights again this weekend. He is taking on somebody who, in my opinion, is beatable by him, Mr. Curtis Blaydes, who is a stud all around as a fighter as well. But I just think Chris has the edge. What are your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big fight, obviously, in the heavyweight division. I think it's 4 versus like 8 or 7. I'm not sure. Obviously, we know what Blaydes is going to do. He's going to try to wrestle. Clearly, Daukaus has... I mean, Blaydes is a good striker. You know, you have to give him credit for that. But clearly, Daukaus has the advantage on the feet. We never seen Daukaus's ground game, I don't think, in the UFC ever. I don't think anyone's really shot a takedown. I think he's defended a couple easy ones, but we haven't seen him against a real, legit wrestler like Curtis Blaydes. So I'm excited to see how good Daukaus's ground game will be. I know you say it's pretty good. You've seen it. I know he's a black belt, I think. So I'm excited to see how his ground game looks.
I was going to say, I hate to break it to everybody who's out there thinking of betting on Curtis Blaydes just because of the takedowns, but Daukaus can handle himself when it comes to that. I am a little biased, but the power's there. The speed is there. The accuracy is there. Nobody's talking about how much more in the striking aspect Chris brings to the table than Curtis Blaydes. In my honest opinion, humble opinion, I think he'll put on a good show that will put him right back into that top 5 conversation. So looking forward to him. It's going to be a good fight.
It will be, yeah.
So MMA news. This has been a quiet week. What do you think? Has it been quiet, or has
it's been a quiet week? I mean, nothing crazy going on. I mean, well, the other night obviously something crazy happened, but but besides, it's like a lot. There hasn't been a ton of news.
There has not been a ton of news. So Masvidal decided he would take that on and basically conquer the MMA gossip drama soap opera that we all love so much. We'll get to that last because we've talked about it enough. By the way, if you haven't seen it, if you are a Spanish-speaking, Spanish understanding person, you might have heard of Chente, who's a very popular podcaster, YouTuber out of Puerto Rico. We did a special breakdown episode this week of the Masvidal incident before much of the news had even come out. So there has been updates since then. But that's a great watch. It was our first time coming together to do it. Many more to come, hopefully. But back at it. Let's go. First clip is one of our favorites.
I believe that's the fight to make. Wow. I believe myself versus Usman for the 170-pound title for my comeback fight is the one I'm eyeballing at the minute. Now, I haven't really said that to no one, to be honest. I've only been thinking that the last couple of days, to be honest, because I'm for what cut the weight. I've already won the 155-pound title. I got myself down to a lightweight frame, but I'm big now. I feel big. I feel strong.
Is he sleepy? What's wrong with him? He's acting funny.
I don't know. Maybe he was tired after a workout. Maybe it was St. Patrick's Day. Maybe he was drinking a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Conor is saying he wants to fight Usman for his comeback fight. Mm-hmm. That is an aggressive ask coming out of his leg injury and 2 back-to-back losses against Poirier. Now, I'm as big of a Conor fan as anybody else. With that said, I was kind of hoping he'd find a way to regain his stardom in the octagon by taking on smart fights to build himself back up to the point of competing with the top guy, with the title holder. Doesn't seem like that's what he wants. It seems like he just wants to take on the biggest challenges, money making fights, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Usman is, as much as I'm not a huge Usman guy, Usman is a hard person for him to beat, in my opinion.
Yes. I mean, he wants to fight because he wants to be the first 3-division champion in UFC history, 145, 155, and 170. And that would be an incredible feat if he could do that, you know. But first off, you look at the matchup, him versus Usman, it's an awful matchup for him. If Poirier could get him down in their second fight and really land some good ground and pound, Usman, who is much bigger than him and a much better wrestler, he's going to do the same thing. Usman also has a ton of power, so that's not good. It's just the size in the wrestling. He just won't be able to handle with it. McGregor is probably a better technical striker than Usman. You know, Usman doesn't utilize a whole lot of kicks, but he's not going to win that Usman fight straight away. I mean, I don't think he's going to fight Usman either. I think the UFC, they're going to be like, all right, sure, maybe later down the line, but they're going to give him someone easier.
It almost seems more likely that he'll get the Nate Diaz fight next versus the Usman fight. I don't see him being able to land. He can certainly land better strikes on Usman than a lot of other people have been able to. But I just don't think he'll have enough time to do that in between being taken down and held down on the ground. And ground and pound, by the way. So Usman is a pretty good technician when it comes to that. So listen, let's just bring him back this summer. I'm in for it. I don't know who they're going to put him against, but a Conor weekend is an exciting weekend.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think more than likely it'll be Diaz, probably like August or September, but we'll see.
Great way to bring him back too. It'll be a huge fight. It'll be a huge lead up to the fight. It's winnable for Conor at this point. It's actually, to me, more winnable for Conor now than it was back then. So, we'll see. Yeah. Moving on to two other fighters who have seen each other simply too many times in the octagon. Mexico. No. Again?
Fourth time, baby. I think it was reported yesterday that Figueiredo Moreno 4 is targeted for sometime in July. So.
Before the third fight, I was bitching and moaning about, why are we doing this again? Moreno has won twice in a row. Figgy doesn't deserve this fight. I don't want to see the damn fight again. But the last fight was actually pretty good. Yeah, and I thought Figgy lost again.
Ooh.
I think he lost. But it was close enough, competitive enough, and actually fun enough of a fight And now Moreno doesn't have the belt, so it makes sense to give him that fourth fight and see if Moreno wins. I think he does, by the way.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I thought Figueiredo won the third fight, but it makes sense for a fourth fight. There's not like a contender out there that's like super deserving. I mean, there's some guys, but for a fourth fight, it's the biggest fight you can make. They're probably pretty clearly the two best in the world. It's a fun trilogy. Every fight has been fun. The first fight, great fight. Second fight, Moreno just dominated. Third fight, really great fight. The fourth fight is probably gonna be a great fight again. It's weird that I'm leaning Moreno again, even though I'm a big Figueiredo fan. I don't know. I feel like he might make the right adjustments, and I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited for it. Yeah. I feel bad for other flyweights though.
I say just cancel the whole division. Just let these guys fight until they're fucking old. Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of little men with attitudes,
let me tell you guys one thing. If you guys really want me back, then why don't you guys get on Dana Bald? Why don't you guys get me paid? Why don't you public shareholders in the UFC, you fans, why don't you guys make a fuss about getting me paid? And I will delightfully fight any of those dirtbags from 125 pounds to 145 pounds. Because you know what I think? I know that I am the best in the world, so I ain't got to prove shit to nobody!
Shut up, Cejudo. Oh my God, the king of cringe just doesn't know how to become less cringy.
Yeah.
Why is he begging so much? He quit. He left. Nobody fired him.
It's a rough look for Cejudo. Ever since he retired. I mean, it seems like every other week he's begging, pay me, I'll come back. You know, he'll fight anyone, and like he wants 145, he wants 135. Look, let's be real. Dana White is not going to pay him, you know, more money. So Cejudo, not the biggest. I would like to see him come back. It'd be fun. Not the biggest draw in the world, you know. But
what do the kids? What do the kids call it? Thirsty. He's thirsty. Listen, it's based on what we see through the social media lens. Not only are you calling people out left and right every fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way he's at everybody's gym and everybody's training camp almost seems like he's this like needy, wanting to be in the spotlight more than ever, wanting to be attached to anybody with success. It's a weird look. Usually fighters focus on their stable of fighters to help them now grow once the fighter retires, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Not just kind of want to stay in the spotlight any which way you can. It's a terrible look. Dude, nobody kicked you out. Get back into the USADA pool if you're already out, and say you want to fight again. If the issue's money, and I don't know if he's under contract or not, but if he's not, then go fight somewhere else. I'm sure other people will pay you plenty of money to see you fight in a different promotion. But meanwhile, maybe go to the fucking WWE or some shit and take your cringe over there. I know I'm going hard on him. Yeah, you know, it starts with his hair and then it ends with his way he acts. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he went about it all wrong from the beginning.
Terrible. What, by the way, what makes you're driving, what makes you get so pissed that you decide to do a live and start yelling at your phone? What a weird thing to do.
What?
I don't know. You're about to do it.
Oh, Cejudo. I thought you were talking about me. I was Cejudo.
No, I was going to say you're about to do it. No, I was talking about Cejudo, but then you got mad.
I don't know. So he wants to come back, but yeah, I don't know. He's just not doing it correctly.
No. Okay, Barstool.
This thing says you made 12 grand for the fight. That can't be right.
No, yeah, 12 and 12, so 12 to show, 12 to win.
You got $24,000 for that fight total?
Yeah, and then the bonus.
That's insane to me. No wonder Dana fucking loves.
Okay, for 12K.
Well, listen, what's his name from Barstool doesn't. First of all, he should know this already because he's the reason why he became the first athlete, I believe, to be sponsored by Barstool or to be managed by Barstool, whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. Pay structure for fighters is pay structure for fighters based on their agreements with the sponsors and all this stuff. That whole 12 and 12 has always been around based on how many fights you have in the UFC. So just because you came in with Stardom, just because you came in with Barstool supporting you after their first fight in the UFC, it doesn't change that part. Now, what you can do is Barstool can help you get more money by partnering you with products and with companies, so that way you get a shitload of sponsor money that you can't do within the UFC. So, what do you expect? How much is he going to get paid? I mean, this is shocking to somebody who's a millionaire, who maybe doesn't know how the UFC works, but to everybody else who watches the UFC and has been part of this pay talk before, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I see a lot of people being like surprised that he's making 12K for 12K. It's just like, but I saw fighters come out and say it's just the base pay. That's what we all started at. I mean, Paddy Pimblett, if he keeps winning, by his next fight, he's gonna get a new contract. He's gonna work his way up quickly. He'll be making probably, what's the next one? 40 for 40, then 100 for 100. And he'll climb those ranks quick. So everyone starts out low. You work up fast. I'm sure Paddy, 10 years will have a ton of money. So.
Listen, everybody in that promotion starts with minimum wage. That's their minimum wage, and they have to kind of suck it up for a little bit and keep on winning. There's a clear path to money in the UFC, and he already has one of those things, which is to be a brand, to be somebody that people know. He's doing that. So now all you got to do is keep winning fights. That's it. Take as many fights as possible. Take on big challenges, show up, and win in impressive fashion. Now, I'll tell you this. I like Paddy. I think Paddy and Meatball Molly together is fucking a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
I love to see those two like headline and co-headline a card. That would be fantastic. Paddy has been caught a lot in my opinion, for somebody who's supposed to be so good. And it scares me to think of him against some of the upper echelon fighters. But I'm not going to say anything just yet. It's too early to know. We'll see. That's my thought.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Molly McCann. That was absolutely insane, that KO. I mean, I still can't believe it. And then, yeah, Patty, he got caught really badly in his first fight. He got caught in last weekend as well. Not awfully bad, but, you know, he's a little buzzed, but that's his hole. Everyone has holes in their game. He's not as defensively sound, but you know, he's a strong kid, good grappling for sure. He's got time to improve, so we'll see.
Yeah. You know, baby step him. That's all you got to do. Don't Darren Till him. You know, Darren Till took too much too soon, so yeah, you can't do that to everybody. We'll close out the show with Masvidal, and we'll break it down again a little bit.
Video from Poppy Steak, just into Local 10. This witness says you can see Covington leave the restaurant when he is ambushed.
I think he's hit by Horgan.
Well,
yeah, it's like the only footage.
Masvidal decided to make his promise come to life, which was, you show your face on the streets of Miami, and I catch you, and I promise you, it's going to go down. So he stayed true to who he is and his word. Probably not the smartest thing to do as a grown-ass man who's a professional fighter, but, you know, he defended his kids. Now he's going to have to go to jail or lose a lot of money in the process of not going to jail. So I love how Colby didn't, forget what it's called, but there's a way that you don't say you're the person who's kind of filing the charges, or, you know, you don't name yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, bro, we know it was you. I mean, you're the only one missing a tooth here. So the latest news on it, as of this moment, is that Masvidal has been charged with a felony assault, battery, and that the victim, which is Colby, has a fractured tooth, which I never knew tooth were fractured. That was new to me. I guess a chipped tooth, a broken tooth. I don't know. And something with a wrist, maybe a jaw thing or eye thing. He got punched twice in the face. That's basically what it is. What a weird... It's a weird thing that it happened that way. But what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's good that, you know, like if someone runs up on you on the street and like gets two good hits in, you know, it's good that he just got, you know, a chipped tooth and like a hurt wrist. Like you could like, you know, you could seriously get hurt from that. So it's lucky that, you know, Colby's like all right, and then like, you know, Masvidal, if he like really did some damage, he can be looking at a lot more jail time. So it's good that no one's like too hurt from that. Yeah, you said not the smartest thing for Masvidal to do, but you know, at least, you know, he's a real dude. You know, he backed up what he said. You know, so at least no one's calling him. Everyone knows who Masvidal is. You know, I don't need to say that, but
yeah, no.
I mean it sucks that I thought like a couple weeks ago, I thought they were going to be nice to each other after the fight. This clearly proves that the beef is not fake. You know, some people were saying it was fake, but it is what it is. It's almost like you're happy that at least we didn't get suckered into believing the drama, right? Like the drama was real. They didn't like each other, and this proves it. Now I feel like this is also an ego thing for Masvidal. Like maybe now he can sleep better because he lost the fight, but he won the war. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he was too happy going out with that loss against somebody he dislikes so much, especially after having, you know, shit talked about your family, your skills, who you are as a father and an ex-husband. So at the end of the day, he did what he thought was right. In my level-headed opinion, I thought it was stupid, but he did it. It's done. He's going to have charges. He's going to have to figure that out legally. I'm sure he'll be fine. And Colby Covington, you know, I don't think it hurts his brand. I think he's fine. No. He stayed quiet, so that's smart. You know, it is what it is. Brother, that is this week's MMA news. We had some gems hidden in there. We'll be back next Thursday. Subscribe. Do all those beautiful social media things that you're supposed to do, like following us. Any parting words, Chris? Cool episode. I was gonna say good luck, Chris Dawkins. I'll be rooting for you. You know, bring it home for Philly. That'd be a big win. Thank you. If you guys don't know, Philly hits different. Those shirts are available now at cagesideshow.com. Listen, in YouTube, do me a favor, search Cageside Show right now.
go to our channel, hit the subscribe button, go through some videos, familiarize yourself with the show, and make sure you come back next week for more MMA goodness. See ya.
If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string.